Hey, what's up? Okay, so I'm in my room right now, and I was exploring in here like the last 2 days, and I came today. I was just like moving stuff around. Yesterday, I was bringing stuff out. Like, I had like my like old like fairy houses from like Pixie Hollow, and I don't know, y'all. It felt good to be in this room and just make it up how I want it. And I thought to myself, maybe I could turn my room into my own little YouTube studio. So that's what I'm doing. I'm not gonna lie, it feels odd. It feels good, but it feels odd, you know? And I think it really is just, I'm surrounded by like all of my childhood things. Like, I got the bed behind me with like all the like stuffed animals. I got my fairy houses. I got my bookshelves. My size Barbie is like the corner over there. My bookshelves, my baby pictures. Let me see. Can we see the, yeah, the other bookshelf. So, and I finally, y'all, so I got the K-pop Demon Hunters poster up there, right? That I got for Christmas. I got this Kingdom Hearts poster for my birthday years ago. And I had never really put posters on my walls before. And so after I got the K-pop Demon Hunters one, I was like, wait, I can put up my Kingdom Hearts poster also. And so that's now here, and I'm just, oh, it's so satisfying. So satisfying. And I found one other poster from my childhood. Don't know if you can see it from here. I have a Miles Behavior poster on the wall. Like, yeah. So, yeah, Miles Behavior, those were my boys back in the day. Gosh, I like it. I like it here. I came to the realization recently that, well, yesterday was the start of our church fast, right? And while I didn't decide to like fast like social media and technology, I did decide that I wanted to start like being a little bit more intentional about where I put my attention. Like, I had been doing that, but I just meant like being in my 20s has been an experience, and I feel like it's because I've unconsciously internalized like a lot of expectations about adulthood and what I'm supposed to be doing, and I gotta have everything figured out. And I'm like, that's just not realistic, Bria. Literally nobody in the world has everything figured out. We're all just, you know, But in the last 2 days, I put my phone down, and I wanted to see what I would gravitate towards if I didn't have my phone. And I came in here twice. I went on my closet, and I found like my old Bakugan. And I found, these fairy houses that I put on my bed because it just made me feel happy. And I feel like what I've been needing to do is just kind of, I felt disconnected from myself a little bit. And it's not fully, because I'm like, on one hand, I've learned so much about myself, and I've been really, really accepting myself for like who I am in my entirety. And I've been learning to like just really love who I am. But in terms of like goals and dreams and stuff, I've noticed that I've just kind of had this, when people talk about having goals and dreams, I'm very aware that I had them when I was younger, but it's harder right now to be like, oh yeah, I want to do this, and I have like all these goals and these really big dreams, because it's like I haven't felt like I had them. Like, I've had impact goals. I've had that sense of, I want to help other people feel like who they are is enough, because I feel like I struggled so much with that sense of feeling enough. And so in giving that to myself, I've wanted to help be like other people feel like less alone, and to be like, you're enough, like I've wanted to. But in terms of like for myself, I have been others focus for so long that it's been harder to be like, what do I want for me? What do I want for my life? And so when I came up with this idea today to maybe I can set up my own little studio in my room, and I'm surrounded by all my childhood things, and it's been making me like happy, and it's bringing back memories. And I thought maybe I can start reconnecting to myself, just reconnect to that inner child, that part of me who had like all these dreams, though, that part of me who was like just random and creative. And it's so funny, I look back on I forget childhood, my teenage years, you guys. I have always been a kind of random nugget of a person. Like, I had like, it's so funny because I've always been like a really quiet person, but I'm like, if you've known me, I had like these like little phrases and like these things that I would just like to say. And sometimes like for middle school, it would just be like these sounds. It would just be like noosh. Or like phrases like poke the world and all of its people. um be small. Like, it if you ask me where any of these things came from, I couldn't tell you. I couldn't. It was just a part of my being at that point. I was saying random mess. And it's so funny to look back on, because I feel like it's a really interesting thing, because I feel like I've had like this thing in my head where I felt like I couldn't ever really truly be totally myself around people. But then I look back at mess like that and I think about it and I'm just like, people literally just took that as that's just Bria being Bria. And like they just accept it as like, yeah, Bria said some random mess and it's fine. That's just Bria. Some of them will like add on to my thing. I'll be like, be small. And I remember my friend from high school would say like, stand tall. Or my friend Keandra would just be like, with an ounce of larger than life realness. And oh man, it's great. I love it. I love that side of me, and I feel like I haven't really lived in that side of me for a little while. Um since like college. Since like college days. I'm like, I went to a performing arts high school. And then I went to college and I studied psychology, and I also minored in theater. But it's like I was in a new environment with new people. Um, and the people I was around was changing every, semester. And then it's like college being like that bridge to life, like adulthood. It's kind of, my mind went further into like almost kind of survival mode in a way, because it started thinking like I have to be like really practical. I need to think about what just makes sense, and then it always just kind of led me into these holes of overthinking, and it was not a great place. So it's in the last years, it's just been this constant trying to figure things out, and God like pointed me towards, Bria, you gotta let that, you gotta let that go. Like, I need you to just like trust me. You're like, follow the things that light you up. And right now, like, just being in this room just made me so happy. And just like seeing the posters on the walls, and like I'm bringing out my fairy houses, my bookshelves. I like this space, and so I want to incorporate it into this channel. And I don't know the direction I'm going to be going, but I don't know. I feel like God led me to this for a reason. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna be doing. Welcome to my new space. So thank you for watching. I hope you have an amazing day, amazing week, amazing life. Thank you. Bye.